Good day, good people.
I'm very happy to be here.
It's your boy Mystery with the latest episode of Most Wanted Movies, the films that we can't wait to see coming to our screens this March, and we think you should be looking out for them as well. Now, 2021 is absolutely flying by. Can you believe it's March already? But March feels like the time when movie season is really getting underway. There's some absolutely big hitters coming this month. I'm going to bring you three I think you should be watching out for. So I'm going to have Eddie Murphy in Coming to America. We're going to have Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley in Chaos Walking. I'm going to have Kelly Marie Tran as the voice of Raya in Raya and the Last Dragon. Now, first up for my March movies has got to be the biggest March movie in a long time. Now, yes, I'm talking about Coming to America, the return of Prince Hakeem and Semi. Yeah, come back to America, y'all. It's time. Now, when I first heard the announcement, I was like, why? Why would they mess with the legacy of a film like Coming to America? I mean, when it was released in 1988, it was a moment. I mean, it literally had everything in there. I mean, Eddie Murphy had dominated the 80s already with the likes of Trading Places and Golden Child or Beverly Hills Cop. I mean, he had it all back then. Everyone wanted to work with him. So when he made Coming to America, it was really just like the amalgamation of everything that Eddie Murphy could do. Because Eddie Murphy likes, if you know him as a performer, he likes to dress up, he likes to sing, he likes to, I mean, everything you can imagine in there, he had it in Coming to America. And at its base, it was, I mean, a love story, but it just had every element you can imagine in there, and it was just such a moment. Now, for the original Coming to America, it was directed by John Landis, who had directed him already in Trading Places a couple of years before that in 1983, which again was another big hit. And that was the first time that I remember anyway, where you saw two movies linked together. So obviously you had characters from Trading Places show up 5 years later in Coming to America. And at that time, that was absolutely unheard of as far as I'm aware. It did really feel like John Landis and Eddie Murphy made magic, something special when they made that film. So fast forward 30 years, and I hear it's coming back. I won't lie, I was a little bit apprehensive about what they're going to do with the film, how it's going to go. But when that first trailer dropped, I can't deny it, I did smile. I mean, seeing those characters back in their outfits, the costumes, the old classic characters coming back with some new faces. I mean, my interest went from maybe 30% up to 95%. Now, I must see Coming to America, and hopefully by the time you watch this, I would have seen it. But it was absolutely great to see those guys back together. I mean, you got additions of people like Tracy Morgan and then Wesley Snipes. I mean, Wesley Snipes is playing quite a big role. I mean, some people know him obviously as a serious action star, but if you look back at his history, he has actually done quite a bit of quite a few broad roles. I mean, everyone remember Tu Wong Fu? You're old enough to remember that. Anyway, yeah, so Wesley Snipes is a great addition to the cast amongst all the other characters. So I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, this tops my hype meter, like, boom! So now, this is not going to say that I don't have any issues at all. I'm hoping the film does resolve, because I want to know at one point, I mean, the story is going along the lines of he had a child while he was in America. Now, I watched that movie quite a few times, let's say, and I'm quite certain I don't remember him having a one-night stand with anybody. So how they explain that off is going to be interesting, and I'm not sure how much of an issue is going to be for me, but I need a good explanation for how that's occurred, firstly. My other concern also is Eddie Murphy's style of comedy, which was again brilliant and very renowned and very well known in the 80s. I'm not quite sure how those characters and that comedy is going to play out in our current times, where people are very easily and quickly offended. I don't start talking about cancel culture, but yeah, that's one of the concerns I have. I'm not sure how it's going to translate into a modern audience, but hopefully the film addresses that as well in its own way. I think they might have done a little bit in the trailer, but we'll see how that goes anyway. But what I can say is I am absolutely dying to see this film. I think Return to Zamunda is going to be great. I mean, Zamunda's looking good. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of Zamunda this time rather than just the palace. I mean, Eddie Murphy's got 3 daughters in the movie, and one of them played by his real life daughter, Bella Murphy. So that's a family affair right there. I want to see how Lisa's coped, being an independent woman from Queens, having to now be a queen who actually has to follow protocol all the time. So many questions, and so many laughs to be had. So I'm going to be absolutely glued to my screen come March the 5th when this film is actually released, and I can't wait to see it. And I think you should definitely have it at the top of your list. Coming to America with the great Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, a host of other characters. March the 5th, mark the date. It's going to be a big one.
Put your hands together.
Damn! Say it again.
Now, moving swiftly on, the second of my March movies is Chaos Walking, starring Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. Two Brits doing it big in America. Now, just by chance, this is actually Tom's second movie coming out in March. He also has Cherry, directed by the Russo brothers, them of Avengers fame, coming out on Apple TV on the 12th of March. You want to have an idea what that's like? Danny's done a review. I'll put the link in the comments below. Now, Chaos Walking is based on a set of novels for young adults, or teens, young adults sort of thing. And the idea to develop it into a film came about 10 years ago in 2011, because films like The Hunger Games at the time were having a lot of success, and they thought they could actually replicate that. Now, at the time of being cast, you can imagine Tom Holland didn't have his Spider-Man role, and Daisy Ridley didn't have her role in Star Wars as one of the leads, Rey. So the profiles weren't that high. But fast forward a couple of years, and when it was first shown to the critics and the press, the reaction was so bad, they decided to take it back to the drawing board and make some serious changes to it. Hence why it's taken another couple of years to actually get to this point. Now, the premise of the film is Tom Holland lives on a planet where all the women have been wiped out by a virus. Stop cheering, those of you misogynists. Now, there's no women on this planet at all, and all the men have been afflicted by something called the noise, which basically means that you can actually look and visually see everyone's thoughts, be it their casual thoughts like I'm hungry, or their deepest, darkest thoughts. You can imagine society like that, how scary that would be. You just look at someone and you can see their thoughts. Now, Daisy Ridley arrives on this planet, and obviously is the first woman there, or the only woman there, and funnily enough, she's not affected by the noise, which means no one can actually see her thoughts or know what she's thinking, but she can actually see the guys and what they're thinking. Oops. Yeah, not good.
We call it the noise. Happened to all the men when we landed on this planet. Every thought in our heads on display.
Can you see mine?
No. Didn't affect the women.
Where are all the women?
They're dead.
So Tom Holland's character teams up with Daisy's character. He becomes sort of like a protector, but they team up anyway, and there's a pending danger approaching the planet, and they both team up to try and escape it, get away, and they have obviously lots of adventure, danger, etc. along the way. Now, I'm the sort of person who likes to root for the underdog. I don't know, maybe it's the Rocky Balboa in me, but this film has been through the wars to get to this point. It's been through so much to actually get made, and the fact it's actually coming out, and it's based on an interesting idea. I'm really interested and really excited to see it. I'm a big fan of both of the actors, Tom and Daisy, and they normally do good work, and I'm hoping that they've actually turned this film around and made it into something special. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Chaos Walking when it finally arrives after 10 years this month. So enjoy.
That was a terrible crash.
Whoa! Stop! Don't come any closer. It's a girl. Girl! Oh my gosh, girl. I'm sorry. No blonde hair. I've just never seen a girl before. Who are you?
It's strange to see everything you're thinking.
You know, it's strange for me too, not knowing what's going on in your head. I mean, I don't know, you might not like my dog, or you want to hit me over the head with a rock or something.
I like your dog.
If those men catch you, they'll kill you. Get in the boat! Do it. Be a man. Fight. Be quiet. I'm trying. Come on. Fight.
Now, last up this month, but by no means least, is Raya and the Last Dragon from Disney. Now, Raya will be voiced by Kelly Marie Tran. You may remember her from the recent Star Wars franchise. I mean, she was more predominant in The Last Jedi, not so much so in The Rise of Skywalker. But yeah, she was the one that got partnered up with Finn Now, there's one thing you can't deny is that Disney know quality animation. So when you hear the team behind the Frozen franchise and Moana are producing an animated feature, you sit up and pay attention. Now, the story goes that once in ancient history, humans and dragons lived side by side in peace and harmony, and it was all good. Then an ancient evil rose and threatened mankind, and we had to fight for our survival. And during this epic battle, the dragons fought alongside us and gave their lives so that we can carry on living, which is very noble. Now, after years of peace in the land, this ancient evil has returned, and Raya is the warrior tasked with going to find this fabled last dragon who will help us defeat this evil again. Now, she puts together a team of misfits, various characters, some of them funny, some of them more serious, and they go on this adventure to find the last dragon. Now, it's not a spoiler to say they find the dragon, but it's not quite what Raya's expecting. So let's say there's some laughs to be had. It turns out quite comical, but it's got some great action, some great characters and storyline, and this is going to be a very special Disney film, and I absolutely cannot wait for it when it comes out this March. That's Raya and the Last Dragon on Disney Plus, coming this March. Make sure you watch it and let me know what you think. So those are my 3 most wanted movies, but as I mentioned at the start, March has so much more to offer than just those 3. We've got the BFI Flair Festival starting on March the 17th, which will showcase some of the best LGBTQI films coming, and obviously we'll bring you reviews and coverage right here on WeTalkFilm.com. Other films coming out that deserve an honourable mention are Boogie, which is a coming-of-age basketball movie, which looks great from the trailers. You also have Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max. We should be getting that, I presume, on Sky Cinema. That also looks like a great monster movie. Now, I couldn't possibly let you go without telling you that after 3.5 years of protest and appeals, Zack Snyder's Justice League, aka the fabled Snyder Cut, will be hitting screens worldwide on March the 18th. That's right, the original vision from director Zack Snyder will be coming, and we're going to have the new characters, new character designs. The storyline is going to be slightly different. We're going to have different effects. We're going to have basically what he originally envisioned the film to be. It's going to run at almost 4 hours long, so it's already an hour and a bit over the version that we got in the cinema. So this is, I've seen a trailer, this is pretty much going to be almost like a brand new film. Now, if you didn't like Batman vs Superman or The Man of Steel with Henry Cavill, there's a very good chance you're not going to like this. So if that's you, then maybe don't bother. But if you like those films, or you're a DC fan like myself, then you know this is a big moment. The Snyder Cut is coming. It's coming March the 18th, and I can't wait. I'll be bringing you a separate review on that ASAP. And that's it for this month. Hope you've had a blast with me checking out the March movies that are coming. Obviously, I will be back for April's Most Wanted movies. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, wherever you're watching this, stay up to date. Until next time, this is Mystery Say We Talk Film. Come join us, people.